All right, welcome to a new episode on the Champion Mindset. Now, what you're seeing here is it's a basketball court. Don't worry, I'm going to talk about trading, but since I've been basketballing my whole life, etc., I thought it was a funny analogy and maybe this insight that you can compare to another sport that you are potentially playing or another area in life, then it will more so hit certain brain nerves and it will more make sense and it will give you an aha moment in a sense, right? So that is what I hope to achieve right here. So in basketball, and don't worry, stick with me. If you don't know basketball, don't worry, you don't need to know it. I will transition to how this applies to trading in basketball. If we have an half court and black are the attackers here and white is defending right there. So when black right here sets a screen on the number 3 and 3 with the ball is right there with number 3, comes over that screen. Number 5 obviously already was right here, was trying to defend, but he's too slow. He's too slow. What happens here at the number 3? Number 3 has an open lane. He can shoot the ball. He has an open lane. He can drive to the basket. Now, if number 4 helps here, then we have a different story. But number 4 is sleeping right there. He's not doing anything. We have an open lane to the basket right there. We can shoot the ball. We can come here. We can shoot the ball. The moral of the story right there is we have an open lane. If you don't take advantage of that open lane, you don't drive to the basket hard. You don't take full risk on fully going to the basket as hard as you can and getting that ball in the basket, so scoring. That is when coach will yell at you, etc. Now, how does this apply to trading? Because when we now have a defender and the moment we transition it back and we now have the same situation right here, would you go to the basket full hardcore trying to defend this, trying to beat this defender right here that is constantly defending you? You're just wasting time. You're wasting time. You're not getting anywhere. You're taking bad shots. You're not achieving anything. Now, if we look at how this applies to trading, and we take a look at the dollar right here, let me see if you can actually see the dollar. Yes, you can. So when we look at it from a trading standpoint, you go to the basket as hard as you can when price is right here and we have that clear drawn liquidity right there. That is when you want to attack at any means, whatever it costs to take a trade there. You do it. You capitalize on that move. You want to get involved. You want to reward yourself on getting open, getting that open lane like we just saw on that basketball court. Reward yourself by scoring that basket, by making money. Reward yourself of the hard work you have done on the higher time frame, getting to the drawn liquidity. Reward yourself on capitalizing on that move. Once we have that move and everything is now closed off, so it's a bit iffy, we are already here, there's no open lane anymore, then you want to be more careful. You want to be way more careful. Because right here, yes, we have this daily fair value gap to work with. Yes, we have this weekly fair value gap to work with. But we already had a huge expansion here. It's a bit iffy. So my mind here automatically goes to, we have had a beautiful period where we could capitalize on it. And then afterwards, we are likely going to take it very slowly and price needs to build up again to get to drawn liquidity again. And the whole process starts all over again. The process that we had here. So when we started this needs to all set up again. We need to have a new sweep. We need to do this all again. We need to set a new screen on our defender to get to a clear drawn liquidity, etc. So the moral of the story here is know when to attack and know when to wait and do nothing. You're not wasting shots. Don't waste shots. Don't waste ammunition on, and with ammunition, I of course mean your risk percentage. Don't waste your capital right there on futile shots that you know there's a clear defender right there. There's nothing clear to work with. There's no reason for me to attack the basket right there. So why would I try? Let's first get open. Once we are open, we can attack. And whatever it takes, that ball needs to get into the basket. Whatever it takes when we have a clear drawn liquidity, we need to capitalize on it. Of course, it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but that is the moral of the story here. So there's periods of waiting and periods of executing. There will be more periods of waiting than there will be executing. This week, especially this week, now, if you're watching this in the future and you might remember this week I just don't like it that much. I don't like it because we have taken that drawn liquidity right there. The only thing that will likely entice me into doing something is if we have a nice rejection away from that weekly fair value gap right there. Then we might get a new clear drawn liquidity. We might have new order flow to work with, but we're so low. We already had majority of the move right there. I'm either in somewhere around here or I'm not in at all. And that's my mindset going into it. So now I'm waiting again. I'm waiting until I see a clear opportunity to attack again. Because every single pair right here, every single pair has taken the drawn liquidity right there, above these highs, above clear highs. Highs, when we are, for example, right here, this high is the most obvious drawn liquidity. But afterwards, it's just not that clean anymore. Right here, we already had a big expansion. We already had majority of volatility coming in. I just don't like it. So again, this can apply to a lot of different scenarios, because this applies also to this scenario on GU right here, where we had this big expansion right there. I'm just waiting. And that's exactly what I did during those forecasts as well. I'm waiting. We had this consolidation, we had the expansion phase. You wait for a new setup, for a retracement potentially, to get in the new expansion. That is exactly what you want to wait for. So hopefully that makes sense. And that is the mindset you need to have. You are going to be doing more waiting than you're going to do executing. And that is the truth of trading. It's very opposite towards a normal job or any other business where you just put in the hard work constantly and you get results from it. Trading, the hard work is done by being patient, by waiting for that setup, and then executing as hard as you can on that setup when it does arrive, when you see that high probability setup. That is when you want to execute. So that is very important to understand. Hope that makes sense. All right. Thank you.